Good morning, TopFanRivalry followers, and welcome to another edition of Infield Fly Roll. So we got Thomas, we got Bill. We're going to talk some Braves baseball. We're going to just kind of just break it all down. It's been a couple of weeks. There's been some travel. I got to see Thomas's team uh, in at City Field in Queens. It was a great ballpark. I don't think Thomas liked the result of that game that I was at, but I'm
I'm
pretty
thinking you might just be bad luck.
No, I'm good luck for the home teams. So you might want to ship me down to Atlanta and have me go to a few games down there. I'm good
Maybe,
luck for the home
maybe.
team. So, but Thomas, how is everything going, my friend? How is life there in Atlanta when it comes to baseball?
As of right now, we're pretty good. We like this part of the schedule post All Star break. And I know I said it with Jackson a few weeks ago. I know I said it with you, maybe on one of our first episodes. The Braves have the second easiest schedule post All Star break in all of Major League Baseball, and the division leaders right now, Philadelphia, they have the seventh hardest schedule. So it lines up for us to do some good things.
Yes. And so let's talk about that schedule before we talk about the standings. So I'm looking at your schedule now. You got three with the Brewers. You got
Yep.
you go on the road for about nine, looks like 10 games. So you get three in Colorado, four in San Francisco, three in Anaheim, not in LA, in Anaheim.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so of those 10 games, I don't see a problem with you guys going 6-4, 7-3.
I mean, two of those teams have been eliminated since what April, May. So the
March,
Braves should do good things.
March. Yeah. Um,
So yeah, I'm happy about it. It's the easy part of the schedule, but the Braves can't let off the gas. We are 6-4 in our last 10, while the Phillies are 2-8. So we gained some ground. We were down by 10.5 games at one point, and we're now
so,
down by five.
so what you're saying is you're a Dodger fan this week.
No, because last time I said that the Dodgers got swept by Philly, so I'm not trying to
Oh,
say
okay.
that.
Never mind. You hate the Dodgers. They're a terrible team. Yeah.
I hope every single game with y'all goes 22 innings. You throw all of your pitchers, everything.
Okay, let's not get personal, though. Let's not get personal. Okay, so the last part of the month though, it gets a little dicey. So you got three at home against Philly. You got three at home with the Nationals, which the Nationals, for the most part, are gone, but it's a division game, and everybody gears up for division games. You've got the Twins who have turned it around. They were very squeaky, or I'm sorry, squeaky, very streaky at the beginning of the season. They'd win five and lose six, and then they'd lose three and win four, and very streaky. And then you finish the month off with four um, at Citizens Bank. So
Yep.
yeah, that's the week and a half, 2 weeks of testing right there. But I like your schedule for the month. I like it.
I like it as well. And as long as I'm not really concerned with everything right now as far as the schedule. I'm just concerned with those 6 games, excuse me, 7 games against Philadelphia. We got three at home, and then the very next week after that, we got four on the road in Philadelphia. So as long
Correct.
as we win those series, we're going to be fine because we're projected to do what we're supposed to do against every division for the season.
Mhm. Yeah. No, exactly. And I'm looking at the standings too. I didn't realize this because we've been on the road for the last week and a half. I didn't realize this, but the Braves, Diamondbacks, and Padres are all tied for that one for that first wild card spot because the Diamondbacks and the Padres have turned it on while
Mm-hmm.
the Braves had a little bit of a bump in the road but have picked it
Yeah.
back up. I mean, the Diamondbacks and the Padres are 8-2 in their last 10, right?
I'm specifically afraid of the Diamondbacks right now. The postseason started. Now they're the most fearful team for me because they're just as hot as can be.
Well, what's interesting is you have another four teams that are within 4.5 games. You have the Mets, the Pirates, the Cardinals, and the Giants. So
Mm-hmm.
effectively, you have 10 out of 15 teams in the National League vying for wild card spots between the three division leaders.
which I like. It keeps everybody competitive, but I was thinking about it. I read somewhere last week. It kind of killed the trade deadline because there's so many teams that are still in the hunt
Yeah,
that two, three quarters of the league, they still think they can make the postseason. And as you see with the Braves 2021, you just got to get there, just make it to the dance, and then maybe catch fire. It doesn't matter who had the best record. Because the Braves had the best record, we had the best team, had the best offense last year, and we laid an egg. So he just got to make it to October.
yeah, 100%, 100%. And so I'm looking at the division too, Thomas. You guys are 60 and 51, 5.5 back. You got a plus minus differential plus 55. Obviously, you're even on the road. You're 32 and 23 at home. You're a home team, which you guys have always been a home team. That's not, I mean,
Yeah.
it's there's nothing like 100-degree weather with 300% humidity this time of year.
And that home
So
field advantage, the Braves fans in Truist Park are another animal, and you don't want to play there in October.
so you mentioned trade deadline. I'm gonna ask you two questions.
Yep.
One, talk to me about the trade deadline, what you thought about it as far as the Braves are concerned. And maybe let's give the people that are listening to this, let's give
Mm-hmm.
them the idea of where the key components are for the Braves' success. Where does
Okay.
it where are the key components currently for the month of August? What do you think the key components are? Now, that's going to change in a week or two when we talk again, but
Yep.
what are the key components on August 6th?
So, as a Braves fan, as someone who has followed the team as closely as I have for the last decade, the last 15 years of being a diehard fan, not just I follow the Braves, I keep up with the Braves. I am definitely diehard for the last decade. I was a little let down at the trade deadline. I thought Anthopoulos was going to do a lot more than what he actually did. And to me, it seems like he's just trying to go to the well again, strike the same amount of magic that we did in 2021, where we got Luke Jackson, we got Jorge Soler back. And so Soler, maybe, but Luke Jackson, I'm not sure. He's always scared me, even when he was in a Braves uniform. He scares me. And if you remember back in that the conference championship against the Dodgers, your team, the whole reason that Matt Zick, our pitcher, got into the big legendary moment of striking out three straight Dodgers to get us out of that seventh inning was because Luke Jackson got those two runners on. So I don't know about them, but yeah, I just wish the Braves had done a little bit more, maybe to get someone that is more of a contact hitter, somebody that is more, let's just get on base, play small ball, rather than live or die by the home run, which is what the Braves have done for the past 5 years. But
Right.
we'll see. I mean, he knows a lot more about baseball than I do.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I, so it's weird because at the beginning of the season, I looked at the Mets and I thought, maybe. And then they started out so ice cold. And I had said at the beginning of the season, Braves get two major injuries. I don't care who they are, and that's a wrap, right?
Yeah.
But Notre Dame's Bill has lost on every aspect of that because the Mets are still there, and the Braves. You guys, you guys have a good 7-3 run, and the Phillies struggle a little bit. You go into
Yep.
those 7 games only down by 3. You guys could overtake first place and put Philly into second place and put Philly into a wild card spot.
Yeah.
Right. And so,
But Philly was in a wild card spot last year. They thrived in a wild card position where their backs are against the wall. So I don't know if I want to put them in that position either.
right, right. Well, and again, Pittsburgh, don't sleep on those guys. Don't sleep on the Cardinals, obviously. And you can't sleep on the Mets. So honestly, you guys could overtake Philly and potentially knock them out of the playoffs completely.
Definitely could do that. I would love to not have to worry about them at all.
Now, do I see that happening? I
I
don't
don't
know.
think so.
But true or false, Thomas, if you are a Phillies player, a Dodgers player, a Milwaukee Braves player, those are the 3 division leaders. Braves, Diamondbacks, Padres, Mets, Pirates, Cardinals, or Giants. You cannot scoreboard watch this early. You just have to play your games and win your games. Because it doesn't matter doesn't matter if the Phillies win or lose if you lose.
Exactly. I've never been one to scoreboard watch at all whatsoever because it doesn't matter what any other team does. You have to handle what you can handle on the field. So just win out, do what you can, and then let the baseball guys take care of it from there. Because if the Phillies are down, whatever, you still got to win your game.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've been talking to people about so some people listen, if you're the Mets where you're a game and a half out of the playoffs right now, and it's September 15th, yeah, go scoreboard watch a little bit. It's a little bit
Mm-hmm.
extra pressure, right? But right now, beginning of August, who cares? Right?
Yeah.
If you go 2-10 or 2-8 in your next 10, I should say, doesn't matter what the Phillies or the Mets do.
Yeah.
You're gonna kick yourself out of this thing. So where are the strengths? What are we looking at? What are you looking at over this month for let's assume I know nothing about the Braves and you're talking to
Yep.
me about that.
All right. The strengths right now, we have, and surprisingly enough, with us losing Spencer Strider for the entire season, we still have the leading vote getter in Cy Young Award winners. And Chris Sale, he just emerged out of nowhere. And I mean, when healthy, Chris Sale is a Cy Young pitcher. He's trying to get that first Cy Young award. So pitching, we're great. We're good. Ronaldo Lopez is hurt right now, but they have not put him on the IL. So we still got Ronaldo Lopez, we got Chris Sale, we got Max Fried. So pitching wise, those three can take us into October, especially with the rookie Spencer Schwellenbach. I cannot pronounce his name, but
Who can?
Schwellenbach.
Who can?
But yes, him, those three, and then him potentially as like a long relief role that can throw upper 90s. Love us pitching wise. Bats have got to pick it up. We have got to get back to the 4 to 5 runs a game because Chris Sale, 8 of his last 9 starts, he's given up 2 or less runs. 15 of his last 16 starts, 2 or less runs. We've got to get the bats because if he's only giving up 1 to 2 runs each time he's out there, those need to be guaranteed wins. So we have to pick up the bats.
I agree with that. Chris Sale I have him on my fantasy team. He's an anomaly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, just what was it a year and a half ago? He was beating the tarnation out of something in the AAA locker room, and it got caught on film, right?
Yeah.
I think I don't want to use the word humble because I've never met the man and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know him from a personal perspective, but it seems like he went back to basics and kind of humbled himself and said, okay, let's go make this happen.
Yeah.
Right. The record 13-3, that's great. But again, if you play for the White Sox, what does it matter what your record is? Your team's not really
Yeah.
scoring runs type thing. What
Yeah.
is impressive, though, is the 2.63 ERA. What is impressive is 143.2 innings. What is impressive is 34 walks in 143 and two-thirds innings. What is impressive is 132 strikeouts. So he's averaging a walk every 4 innings or 5 innings and
I
almost a
think he's sitting
strikeout
at
an
eight,
inning.
8 strikeouts. He's sitting right at 7 to 8 strikeouts a game, and that's Cy Young numbers for me.
Yeah.
He's right there, and just a quick game of what if. Quick game of what if. If we had Strider, if we had Acuna, if we had Chris Sale, man. But
Yeah.
again, you can't play baseball by playing the game of what if.
No. That's why you and I both know this. We've been doing this a long time. You and I both know it's not played on paper. That's why it's
Yeah.
not played on paper. Because on paper at the beginning of the season, you guys, it was the Dodgers and it was going to be the Braves in the championship series.
You
Period.
can go
End of
back and watch some of the earlier episodes of TopFanRivalry. It was
Yeah.
just the Braves and Dodgers and everyone else playing for whatever they're playing for. But Braves and
Yeah.
Dodgers, we were automatically in the championship series.
Yeah. No, 100%. And so I get a kick out of people that say, well, we should no. These guys are also human too. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I don't know. Did you see what happened last night at Dodger Stadium with Freddie?
big moment for Freddie. Glad that his son is doing well. Love to see the love and camaraderie of two rivals in Bryce Harper and Freddie Freeman hugging it out. And turns out Bryce Harper texted him like 4 to 5 times, just checking on him throughout that 2 week gap that he was there. And
Yeah.
if you have followed Freddie anywhere throughout his career, he misses maybe one game a season, maybe. So it was a big moment for him to be out for 2 weeks. So love to see him getting that standing ovation. Love to see that his family is healthy, doing a lot better. So glad to see him back on the field.
If you're not romantic about baseball, because baseball is romantic, I don't care what you say. If you're not romantic about baseball, that moment, and see, I was at the game, Thomas. I was at the game, and equally as much as I got to give the love to the Dodger fans and the Phillies organization and how they handled that moment, I'm going to give love to Stubbs personally, the catcher,
Mm-hmm.
because now we got a pitch clock, right? This could be pitch clock violations for Freddie. He
Yeah.
literally went out. You don't see it on TV, but he literally went out in front of home plate and basically faced the umpire, almost kind of saying, "Call the pitch clock violation on me because I'm not ready." Type thing.
Wow.
And so
I didn't see that one. That's big time there.
So that's respect, right? The guy recognized the fact of what was happening. The umpire didn't call any pitch clock violations. It was a bigger than baseball moment. But when I
Yeah.
saw him get up, because the umpire went off and cleaned off home plate for a second, he kind of knew what was going on, right?
Yeah.
And then when he went back to what would be his position behind the catcher, when I saw Stubbs come out in front of the mound, or I mean, in front of the plate, I thought, okay, this guy understands. This guy gets
Yeah.
it, right? This guy gets it. So I got to give him. I'm going to shout him out. I got to give him a ton of love for that, and I just think that is just absolutely beyond words.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's big time there. I definitely have a lot more respect. Don't know much about him, but someone that can do that for a different team, for a star player. I mean, so many players on the Dodgers can be considered the star player, but Major League Baseball is better when you have people like Freddie Freeman on the field. So
Yeah,
for him to do that, that's amazing.
yeah. No, it was absolutely phenomenal. I was so impressed with the whole. I mean, and you're a Freddie fan. You're an Atlanta guy, so I mean, but that was one of those moments where it made you proud to be. It wasn't about contracts. It wasn't about deferred money. It wasn't about home runs or who's leading what or whatever.
Yeah.
It was bigger than baseball,
Oh
and
yeah.
so it was a great moment. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the only rival that you have to Chris Sale for this is Paul Skeens or the
Really?
Cy Young. Ye- ye-
So we're skipping past Zach Wheeler, skipping past Dylan Cease.
So I listen. I don't make the rules here, so I don't think it. I trust me. I do not say this, but and even I mean, you got Mitch Keller in there too. But the reason why I will mention Paul Skeens is because everybody seems. I'm trying to pull his numbers up right now. Everybody seems to love him, right? And he's as a rookie, he's doing amazing things. Now, would I give him would I give him the award? Probably not. Would I give him the rookie of the year? Probably.
Rookie of the year, he has it in the bag if he stays healthy. But
Yeah.
he has Mr. Popularity vote right now.
Thank you.
I don't think he has the numbers to take a significant award like Cy Young.
Well, and again, I agree with you, but it's the hype, right? It's
Yeah.
everybody, it's everything that he's done. He's 6-1. 6-1. He's pitched 86 innings. He's got 107 strikeouts, and his ERA is 1.99. If
Yeah.
he keeps his ERA under 2 and he picks up another 30 to 50 strikeouts, which is possible because he's
Yeah.
still got another 8 starts or so. And he ends up getting someplace up to 10 or 11 wins and going 11-1, or it'll
Mm-hmm.
be hard to make the argument. Oh, if Chris Sale stays on this pace,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, right? Chris is going to have 17 wins.
I'm trying to like put myself like in late September, October, looking at both of their numbers, and I'm imagining a 18-19 win Chris Sale with, let's go ahead and put him at a 2.8, 2.9 ERA. He's sitting 130 strikeouts right now. He'll be at 100 and let's say 160, 177. I don't know. Those numbers are still they're still high up there. He'll be 18. I don't know.
Yeah. No, listen, Thomas, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think Chris Sale is leading the Cy Young vote, but this is you. I mean, it's like the old adage, right? Mariano Rivera gets 100% of the Hall of Fame vote. Derek Jeter
Yep.
gets everyone but one vote, right? I want to meet the guy that didn't vote for Derek Jeter for the Hall of Fame, right?
Is that going to be the one guy that didn't vote at all? Because I don't understand. I'm not the biggest Derek Jeter fan. I never really had that much hype in him when he was playing when I was watching, but I still respect the guy for what he did on the field. And he is a Hall of Fame player. But yeah, I don't know how do you just don't vote for him. I don't know how you don't vote for Chipper Jones. I don't know how you. I mean, those are just like you see them on the field, you know that is a Hall of Fame player.
Correct. Correct. And again, we go back to Freddie for a second. I think there's only three people in baseball on this, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. And by the way,
Yep.
this is kind of the off the cuff side of Infield Fly Rule, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. But Jose, 6'5" Altuve, um,
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Freeman, and Bryce Harper are probably the only guys that have an outside shot for 3,000 hits, and
Mm-hmm.
we probably will never see that again
Yeah. And I
because
think all three of them are guaranteed walking Hall of Famers right now.
mhm.
I think they're all three of them could never play another inning of baseball, and they're still going into the Hall of Fame.
See, and it's funny that you say that because I was talking to somebody last night at the game, and I said, if Freddie's career ended now, do you put him in the Hall of Fame? And he said, probably like that. And I thought, well, what's your holdup? And he says, well, numbers wise, he's not as good as some of the 80s guys that aren't in. Don Mattingly, Steve Garvey, Dale Murphy. Like numbers wise, he doesn't meet those criteria. And so I said, well,
However, what his impact to the game, his
correct.
impact to the game for what he's done for both Atlanta, what he's done for LA in the short time he's been there, he's a Hall of Fame player.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you at all. Those three players are special athletes, and Freddie's still got 3.5 more years on his contract with the Dodgers. He
Yeah,
probably will end that contract at age 37 with something around the ballpark at 2,800 hits. It wouldn't
yeah,
surprise me if he signed another season or two just to cross that 3,000 hit mark to say that he did
yeah.
it. Um, and so, but yeah, no, it's yeah. Those are all good, but you and I both know there's a popularity contest when
Yeah,
on all this voting, and right now everybody loves this Skeens guy. He got a no decision in Houston, and he pitched what I thought was one of his more off games. I think he gave up 3 runs, but
yeah.
but he pitched into the seventh, or was it the eighth? No, he got 2 outs in the seventh, so he went 6 2/3. So
In
that's
today's baseball, if you go past 6 innings, if you touch the seventh inning, that's a very, very impactful start for you. I'm not going to
mhm,
say great, but it's impactful for you to take up and eat that many innings and save your bullpen.
correct, correct. 100%. And it drives me crazy when, you and I both know this, but it drives me crazy when you have what I'll call the participation trophy, right? The guy gets 15 outs and we just, oh man, what an awesome start. No, what do you mean an awesome start? You went 5 innings,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, talk to me about some of your guys. Talk to me about Tom Glavine, John Smolter, or um or Greg Maddux. Did they ever go just 5 innings?
No, they routinely like if they're coming out 5 innings, what was wrong with them? What happened?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was not a good start for them.
No, they
Like
weren't
they're
feeling well
like
or something.
a normal start, like a bad start, they're at least in the sixth inning. And then a good start, they're over here flirting with the complete game.
Correct.
And
Correct.
we get maybe a handful, maybe 10 total complete games throughout the season now. It's just different era of baseball, which shows how dominant those pitchers were back then.
I would love to meet the pitching coach that is the pitching coach that walks up to any one of those three, John, Tom, or Greg, and walks out in about the sixth inning and says, "Well, you're at 90 or you're at 87 pitches. We're probably gonna get somebody up in the pen."
87 pitches in the seventh, eighth inning.
Uh, yeah,
Mm,
exactly.
yeah,
It,
I
it-
don't think they. I don't think the pitching coach even dares step foot on the field with that
yeah,
happen.
that's what. Can you imagine walking up to Greg Maddox and saying, "Hey, you got two
Like,
outs
what
in
are
the
you doing
sixth."
here?
Yeah,
If I'm Greg, I'm over here. Is something wrong with my family? What are you doing out here?
yeah. You got two outs in the sixth, but you got 87 pitches. We're gonna get somebody up. This is probably your last batter, win, lose, or draw. Like Greg, Greg's looking at him going, "Say what? What are you talking about? 87 pitches. I got this."
Yeah, that's routine work. That's light work for them.
So, yeah, I remember. I don't remember the exact number, but I remember when Fernando Valenzuela in 1990 threw his no hitter. Vin Scully had said when he came out in the ninth inning, I think it was 109. Vin Scully says he's got 109 pitches, in. He goes, so he's got plenty in the tank to finish this inning.
Plenty in the tank, 109. I can't remember the last time that I saw a pitcher go over. Maybe for a complete game, they might have touched 104 pitches,
Yeah,
but that doesn't happen now.
no, 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 no.
You hit 90, they're okay. Shoot, where we at? What's going on? What situation? Let's go ahead and start getting him out.
100%, 100%. Well, Thomas, the Braves look good. You guys have a good schedule. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so my vote is that you guys just play your game, play fundamental baseball. The only thing that you have to eliminate, and this is for every playoff team, this is for the
Yeah,
10 in the National League, this is for the 7 or 8 in the American League right now, is you're at a point where you have to eliminate mental mistakes. Physical mistakes are
yeah,
going to happen. You just have to eliminate mental mistakes,
yeah,
right? You can't expand the strike zone. You can't be too anxious. There's um, there's a number of different things, right?
yeah.
So, but anyways, um, that being said, do you have any final words for the show? For those of you out there that are listening, Thomas is the man when it comes to all things Braves baseball. He's a little suspect in some other things because he doesn't understand the value of the 2024 world champion Los Angeles Dodgers. But,
Mm-hmm.
but I love the look. I love
I mean,
Thomas
you
the
start.
look.
I don't understand that language that you just started speaking in 2024. I don't know. That's new to me. So I'm just gonna let you go do what you do on that one.
Yeah, yeah, no, I love it. But anything you want to wrap up with, if people are gonna, by the way, we have a ladies only private event for locker room access members only. So if you're sharing this, Thomas, with anybody and they want to be on this event, it's going to be fantastic, by the way. But if they want to be on this event, they're going to have to get locker room. It's $25 a year. Thomas, do you want them to pay full price?
No, please use my discount code Top Dog. Get on there, enjoy yourself. There's a lot of fun stuff. Even past the ladies event, the website shows so much just in depth break, not just Braves, but baseball knowledge in general. So especially just riding into work, just throw a podcast on, enjoy yourself, have a good time out.
Absolutely, 100%. So Thomas, I I love that. Use that discount code. I appreciate you, my friend. Stick around for a second. Top Fan Rivalry followers, we will do this again. We'll get you another episode. This will be in the locker room. This will also be on YouTube. So check it out. Thomas and I both have faces for radio, but we do the best that we can. So until we do it again. All right, my friend.
Have a good one.